Nope.
I've been researching Mesopotamia my whole life. I remember being fascinated by that civilization ever since I was a preteen. Unlike my friends and schoolmates, I spent my time daydreaming of Sumerian kings and the Euphrates River. I then grew up, went to college, and became a Sumer researcher. I'm not a particularly prominent historian, but I'm one of the very best when it comes to translating Sumero-Akkadian cuneiform writing, especially from around 2800 to 2500 BC. I wasn't expecting a lot when I was invited to translate some newfound tablets. I mean, I was personally excited, but was sure that the contents would be mundane enough. My employer was a little private museum in Istanbul that specialized in artifacts from the Gilgamesh dynasty, and prided itself on having snatched these new items from the British Museum. I was welcomed at the airport by the owner's second assistant, a flamboyant and clever Arabic man who spoke English with almost no accent. "I've been assigned to accompany you during your stay, madame. Please inform me of your every need." Eamon was a pleasant man around my age, the Turkish version of an English butler. He gave me my space to work, but politely reminded me of making at least 2 meals a day when I was too deep in my work. His presence helped so much with my productivity. Still, no matter how great an experience it was, I'm terrified of my findings. The following is my translation of one of the tablets.
We humans are being killed daily. The Sygil are an inferior species in every way, but they have something we lack. Something that should be a curse and yet somehow is their biggest strength. They don't know when to give up. They surprised us with their resistance. And they are so numerous. The Sygil took a habit of procreating like rats or ants. And now they are as numerous as the stars in the sky. They always had plenty of children, but most of them would die of disease or from being attacked by the predators on their precarious houses. That way, their numbers were always around the same, unless they were at war between themselves, which happened constantly for simple resources like water. But now some of the Sigils, merely through observation and trial and error, learned our medicine and our architecture, and they started to flourish and prosper too much. After invading and overpowering their fellow Sygil from other tribes, a group reached our empires and slaughtered us. We hit them back with our better horses, better weapons, better built men, and we slayed them. But despite that, they never stopped. They are relentless. I wish I could understand why. We are taller, stronger, and dotted with brains they would only think a god could possess. And still, they fight. Just because they learned how to walk on 2 legs a while ago, they think they can rule their world, despite the fact that their reasoning is puny and their sciences are non-existent. They don't even know how vast their world is. That's laughable. Like their ancestors, even inferior hominids, their life is only worthy after procreation. So their children dying before mating age is useless and forgettable. This primitiveness is what enrages me about them the most. The Sygil want our secrets, our king. They want to be us. I'm tired of seeing my sisters and daughters die. I'm utterly ashamed to admit that I was scared and reached out to the king. I advised him to strike a deal with the Sygil. At first he refused, but after a lot of our blood was shed, and only a few hundred of us remain, our king, Gilgamesh, finally decided to surrender to the inferior species so the rest of us could be safe. We would retreat to our underground city and live safely for generations to come. The king would stay with them on the surface to rule them and develop their society, and stay there with them precisely 4,560 years before we fiercely take our world back. Of course, they agreed. They don't even understand how much time that is. But it's not a lot for us. We never die. We are simply reborn on a new body, on a new generation, every time wiser, stronger, and more pure. We are moving to our fortress deep inside the earth by the ending of the forthcoming Ara Aduru Arku month. We will have no mistake this time. We'll keep the Sygil under constant surveillance and learn all of their secrets. Next time, we won't have any weaknesses. Just like they almost did to us, we will destroy all of them without mercy.
I was shocked to realize that we are the Sygil. As you read this, there is a civilization much more advanced than ours, living underground on this planet. By chemical testing, the museum expert was able to determine the age of this tablet with incredible precision. The Sumerian calendar is very similar to the Gregorian calendar we use nowadays. It has 12 months, alternating between 29 and 30 days, following the moon cycles, which has 29 and a half days. There is a 13th month with 33 days, called Ara Aduru Arku, that only happens every 3 years. It was added to compensate for the discrepancy. It wasn't hard for me to convert 4,560 years for them to our Gregorian calendar, using the tablet's age as the year 0. And I found out that the real humans, with the superior brains and hatred for us across millennia, are coming back to reclaim their land soon. How soon? According to my calculations, the year 4,560 on the Sumerian calendar is this year. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, you know what to do. Destroy that like button. So guys, this was a special video in honor of the Assyrian New Year. Now, Assyria was not mentioned specifically in this story, but Assyria was a part of Mesopotamia back in the day. So I thought this story would be appropriate, and it was creepy, so there's that. So guys, I'll leave a link down below if you're interested in purchasing anything from Divinity Activewear. There's a sale going on for all the Assyria merchandise, and I think there might be more going on sale. Just check them out and they'll let you know on the site if you're interested in buying any of that. There is a huge sale going on. So there's that. Until next time, everybody, remember to stay safe out there. I'll be seeing you in the next video.